Superheroes. Cristy, do we have a sponsor for this week's podcast?
Today our sponsor is Gappy.
That is not a product I'm familiar with. Why don't you tell us more about the manufacturer?
And the letter F for Friday, the day we love.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, female superheroes. Why are we talking about female superheroes today? Well, I, for one, became interested in the concept when I learned that there's a female Spider-Man. Could that be Spider-Woman?
I think now it's Spider-Woman.
Okay. And is this a graphic novel?
Yes, or some people call them comic books.
Oh, I'm glad you acknowledged that some people call them comic books. Is Marvel, or Marvel, I don't know, how is it pronounced?
Marvel?
Is that a question?
Sorry, no, that wasn't a question. That was just wow, I can't believe anyone's ever called it Marvel. It feels like, isn't that like the
ice cream?
Dairy Queen ice cream kind of place?
Carvel.
Carvel, oh, sorry.
Otherwise known as Carvel.
Marvel just means they've got Superman flavor.
They do have Superman flavor. What does that taste like, by the way?
You know, I read that that's something that's a southern thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
It doesn't exist up north?
I don't know, because I thought I had it in Michigan.
Well,
or maybe it's Michigan specific. I can't remember, but it was like a local thing.
It's either southern or northern.
I've lived in so many places,
not
I
both.
can't keep them straight.
Well, I remember our brother. Yes, there is a third nerd, but he doesn't talk.
And his name is Pablo.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just outed him. That is so wrong. We're going to have to beep that out. He'll sue us, Cristy. He'll take us for all we're worth.
Oh my God, I have like $5 in my pocket. He's going to take that.
You know, it's okay because he doesn't listen to the podcast.
Oh, I don't think so. He has heard it at least once that I know of.
I know he heard it once. And I don't think he came back for a second helping. But that's his lookout. Anyway, so I remember that he, as a little boy, used to have Superman ice cream all the time.
Yes, he did.
And it looked disgusting to me, so I never ate it because it looked like, what's that? Masa, the stuff, Play-Doh. It looked like Play-Doh. They're the exact same colors as Play-Doh. And I was like, well, I know what Play-Doh tastes like.
Ew.
And it's not good. Besides, why would you want to eat Superman?
Yeah, that's a little nasty. Especially as an adult, you think about that.
I don't.
Okay, let's not. Female superheroes.
There was also a piece of big news about female superheroes in that Thor is undergoing sex reassignment therapy. I understand he's taking the...
He's getting a Swedish surgery.
Yes. Well, you know, the Swedes did invent sex change operations, I believe. Back in the 70s, you had to go to Sweden to get it done. Of course, now every HMO covers it. But I find it very interesting that Thor's going to be a girl, and I don't know anything about it except that, because I pretty much stopped reading.
Did you really say, girl, that a superhero is going to be a girl?
Oh, I'm sorry. Women with a Y. Thor's going to be a woman.
That just sounded so like, it's going to be a girl. I don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Well, his breast couldn't get any bigger, so.
That's probably true. But if he takes that weight loss pill, at least he can lactate.
Well, yeah, that was a nice one. I think that was during Doctor Who yesterday that they were advertising...
A weight loss
pill.
pill.
This weight loss pill, because I don't know who they think watches the show. Really.
Gee, whatever.
Anyway.
Losers.
And the side effects, a couple of the side effects were lactation and a permanent erection. And I thought if I could get both, I could go out with Thor.
Ew.
Oh, no, that was wrong.
That was really wrong.
Anyway, why is Thor turning into a woman?
Well, you know, this actually happens a lot, especially in the last like 10 years, where they take an established superhero and they make it a female character.
Does this have anything to do with the growth in awareness of transgendered people?
I don't believe so.
Because what if Thor was transgendered and he was just compensating with his big ass hammer?
Oh my God.
Asgarth, we hardly knew ya.
Oh no.
What?
Oh
Isn't
no.
isn't that what it's called?
Oh no.
What will Odin have to say?
I don't think he'll
We
approve.
love you no matter what, Thorzy.
Aww. Why can't they just create a female superhero, brand new, fresh character? You know, I feel like they take established characters who already have all of this interesting
50 years of
background.
history,
yeah.
like
and they have
Spider-Man.
to, you know, oh, well, we've got more female viewership, or, you know, maybe the men that read the comic books want to see more women characters, and they're like, oh, we'll just use this one. Well,
You know what? I think that going all the way back.
why
like,
not establish new characters with a fresh background, a fresh perspective? Why do we
economics?
have to turn? Well, it's ridiculous. You know, you already.
Honestly. So this has been happening for a long time. Like Batman spun off Batgirl and
Batwoman.
was there?
I don't know.
Oh my God. I don't know why I even listened to you. Superman, there was Supergirl, Superboy. I don't know, Super Aunt-in-Law. But they had these spin-offs, you know, and I think that's because of economics, because you already have a franchise, as they call them in film, that is successful. You don't have to sell the American public on a new one. They already know that they like this concept, so you give it a little spin and like, oh, now she's a teenage girl instead of a Superman, you know.
Well, you know, it doesn't make sense for the character. You know, I mean, you've created this character,
Like Thor being a girl.
and then you just switch
Woman.
the gender. It's kind of ridiculous. You know, like women are, you know, we're not any set of characteristics, you know, but create something fresh, something new, something interesting.
Like Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman was her own thing forever,
Yes,
right? She doesn't spin off of anybody.
She never spun off of anything. I read actually about the man who created
The man who created Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman. Thank you. And he was married, but
To
he and his wives
woman?
were very open-minded.
Wives?
Wives.
Yes.
Yes.
Do tell. Oh,
Yes.
now we're talking. Give it to me.
It wasn't, you know, he wasn't officially married to both of them, but he and his wife at one point brought in another woman.
What year was this? This was in the 40s or?
Yeah, I think
I keep thinking Wonder
late
Woman is
40s,
the 40s.
50s, yeah. And
Hubba.
so he lived on his own. His wife lived on her own with this woman in the same apartment.
Okay. Was this in New York City by any chance? Den
Bingo!
of
Ding,
Iniquity.
ding, 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 ding.
Den of Iniquity. Okay. Back in Gotham.
Yes.
Okay, he had these two women.
And
This is awesome.
he, you know, he loved women, loved them so much he could have more than one.
All right.
But he also had
Unlike
something.
other men who don't want to have more than one woman.
I'm enough woman for more than one, let me tell you.
Okay, Mae West, thank you
I don't know.
very
Anyway,
much. Come up and see me sometime.
Woohoo! Anyway, and he had something to do with the inventor of the polygraph.
And what did he know? You're joking.
No, I'm not joking. And that's where he got the magic lasso.
Really?
And I always thought, like, oh boy, you know, Wonder Woman, is this like a man's idea of a female weapon? You know, because all women want to get the man to tell them the truth. Oh, yeah? Where were you tonight, huh? Where were you?
Oh, playing poker with the boys?
Right. Let's see what the polygraph says now, huh? Magic lasso? Yeah, the magic lasso says you're a freaking liar.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay. Yeah, so very female super power.
Superpower, yeah.
Yes. So was Wonder Woman like a fantasy woman for him?
I don't know.
Or it was just his job? Who cares?
No, it was, I don't know.
He was an artist? This was his true love creation, Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it was in the 40s, so he was ahead of his time. Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Yeah.
And you were a big fan of Wonder Woman growing up.
Always. Oh my gosh. I loved the what was her name? Linda Carter. I would be watching the show and then I'd make myself dizzy by spinning around.
And for
I
those
had
of you,
the Wonder Woman underoos.
oh, I was going to say, for those of you at home wondering, yes, underoos were involved.
Oh yes.
Underoos are a wonderful invention. Can I tell you? I think it's genius.
And it's kind of died down.
Has it?
Yeah.
You want to see my underwear?
No, thank you.
They're super.
Okay, that's nice.
They're really super.
All righty then.
Okay.
I'm uncomfortable.
I know at one time they were making what? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
I'm uncomfortable.
Okay. I'll stop. I know at one point they were making underoos for adults.
Okay, I think you can find those in specialty shops.
The truth is, I would have thought that adults would be more interested in underoos than children.
Yeah.
Again, just the mere mention of underwear makes you uncomfortable. This is not the Cristy I know.
With my sister?
I'm not really showing anyone my underwear.
I know, and I'm okay with that.
Which might be why she's trying to find me the second Mr. Ramuto.
Send your applications to cstrong3665 on Twitter.
On the back of a $20 bill, yeah.
Lisa.
What?
I would never take money to find your true happiness.
That's why you're poor. Because you don't think about how to monetize things, Cristy.
No, I don't.
You've got to stop being so poor.
It's a character flaw.
It really is.
Yeah.
I don't like that about you.
No.
I'd like you more if you were rich.
It's a very attractive feature.
Name one rich person who isn't more attractive than a poor person. Exactly.
Yeah, I can't. Because you know that's all I care about.
That's all anybody cares about. It's America. Anyway, back to Wonder Woman.
She was not rich, though.
No, but she was comfortable.
She was comfortable in her underoos, in her invisible plane.
There's a
Did
reason.
she have tinfoil on her head? I'm sure she was very comfortable. Now, where's that plane? I put it somewhere here.
I don't get the connection at all.
Well, if you see a woman wearing underwear walking around looking for an invisible plane,
I don't know about
you're
you,
going to
but
think that maybe that person, should put foil on her head and
I just
ask
assume-
the Martians to call her.
I just assume that they're superheroes. I would not assume that they were crazy.
Oh, okay.
You could find yourself on the wrong side of a magic lasso.
That is true. Ha!
Wow, I feel about 2 inches tall now.
What? No, I was making a pun.
Oh,
I said, that's true.
oh, I missed it. Oh, that's funny.
And that's all that it deserved, really, was a
I thought you were giving me the hug.
No, that was me.
Oh.
That was purely at myself.
Oh, yeah, it was appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there's nothing more discouraging than someone telling you, yeah, that's funny, when you tell a joke.
Yeah, I do that to myself a lot. I have to remind myself that that was funny.
Well, you make me laugh all the time.
Thank you.
The delicious dish. So, Wonder Woman worked for the government, so we know she wasn't raking it in.
Yeah.
But wasn't she rich from being an Amazon princess? And I mean, how do you buy a plane like that? Hello?
That is true. Maybe
Mucho
she found some
beaucoup.
gold.
I thought they had
in
gold.
the Isle of.
Oh my God, I just put it together. She's an Amazon. No, I know. I know that.
Oh, okay. Well, you were acting like you didn't know about that.
Oh, no, what I didn't know, or I hadn't really put together, was that she's an Amazon, and it's tribal women, but, whatever. No, she was going out with that cute dude.
Yeah, and he was like a Marine or something.
Or something.
Yeah.
He had a
was in the
uniform. That's what
military.
we know.
Meow, meow. Grrr.
I think that was supposed to be a sexy noise.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay. Anyway, that was funny.
Oh.
One of my favorite female superheroes, and I did not read the graphic novel, but I did watch the TV show, and it was Witchblade.
Yes,
I
I
thought she was
love the TV
awesome.
show.
Loved it.
The comic book, I have a little bit of a problem with it because, as all lovers of female superheroes in graphic novels know, she's highly sexualized. She's got like the cantaloupes going on, and
Really?
yeah, and it's just like, damn it. Can she just be a superhero? Does she have to be like a Playboy model type?
Well-
Even beyond Playboy model, like there's like so unrealistic to the point that they're not even on Playboy.
It's beyond Playboy.
It's beyond.
You know what? I was thinking about that and about the sexualization of the female form in comic books and how, this upsets a lot of people. And then I started thinking about how...
I mean, we
Wait,
all love sexy.
Yoo-hoo! Finished with sentence, not me. Wait. I know we all love sexy. You needed to say that quickly. But what my point was going to be, I'll tell you now, was that if you look at the men, they're pretty sexualized too.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
That is
So
true.
you can't complain that they're doing this to women. Like, no, they've got the men all bulged up and their crotches all boom. And that's just, it's kind of a fetishistic.
Well, Spider-Man isn't sexualized.
Well, I saw that butt, girl.
Well, that's true. No, but I mean, he's not Mr. Muscles.
No, he's not. He's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I don't know, different comics. Yeah, that's, he was more lithe, skinny, what's the word? Ropey?
Sinewy?
Eso.
Eso.
But Witchblade, what I liked about her was she was unafraid. The actress was awesome. She had that gravelly voice. And actually, she was the reason why it got canceled. Do you know about this?
No.
She had a severe problem with alcohol. And
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Was unable to go on with the show. And I don't know what the numbers were, but maybe it wasn't doing that well, whatever. But from what I understood, she was unable to go on with the show, and that's why
Whoa.
it went away.
That is such a shame because it was a good show.
Man, she's a great actress. She did. She's been doing some smaller roles. I saw her just with like a couple lines in a movie the other day. But hopefully she's coming back. I was really disappointed when that was canceled.
Yeah, I never knew why. I was like, oh, that's a shame because I liked it.
Well, that's what I know about it.
Yeah.
JC Butler, if you're listening, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you and about what you're doing with your career nowadays. We
chat.
love you.
Let's chat.
We love you.
Chatty chat.
Yancy. So I know, and anyone who knows you knows Buffy. Buffy is your absolute favorite.
Yes.
What do you want to be when you grow up, Christy?
Buffy.
I want to be a teenage girl who fights vampires in between cheerleading tryouts.
It's so funny.
Yes.
It made me snort. You get a Cupid doll. More than a Cupid doll, you get the grand prize.
And what is the grand prize?
I don't know. You'll think of something, I'm sure.
A necklace that says, I made Christy snort because she laughed so much,
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Something like that.
I accept this on behalf of all comedians.
Everyone that, my family that knows me always knows that if they make me snort, that means that is the grandest compliment. because that's when I find something really, really funny.
So funny, I can't even control how stupid my laugh can sound.
Yes.
But I think we all have that. There's like your normal, yes, this is funny laugh, and then there's the out of control funny laugh.
Yes.
And mine is I don't sound like a superhero. I sound like a supervillain. When I really, really laugh, I have an evil cackle. I'm sure it's been on this show many times already.
I don't know.
I think you're just so used to it, you don't even like hear it.
I don't think
But
of
it's
it
very
as a cackle, at least.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Whoa.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, Buffy, let me just get comfortable here because I'm talking about
settle
Buffy,
in,
so
'cause
we
she's
just
gonna
gotta
start talking about Buffy.
we gotta get into this now. So, the reason I love Buffy, well, we all loved the movie where, well, I did. And I've heard other people talk about it
It was awesome.
who are famous.
Famous people love
Famous people
Buffy.
like Chris
Like
Hardwick.
love Buffy.
And he's like, oh my God, the movie was like so genius.
Actually, I have to say that one of the things they dropped a little bit was her like California cheerleader persona. Like when the show started, she became more serious as time
Yes,
went
she
on.
did.
But when the show started, she was already more serious than she had been in the TV show, where she was like, "Oh my God, that's like a vampire," you know.
Well, I think she did keep some of that,
A little bit,
but
not to the comedic heights that it was in the movie, I don't think.
But I think the point from, if you look at like the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, even, it was kind of a stupid night, like super naive immaturity about her. And at the end, her eyes were opened, and so she was a little bit less of that.
Yes, but she was still a cheerleader.
But she's still a cheerleader. But what I love is about the show is that, she's there, kicking ass. They do talk a lot about the responsibility of her role and
week
how,
in, week out, putting in the hours.
and how it's taken things from her. Like she tries to date and it's extremely difficult.
Oh yeah, they keep getting killed.
Yeah, things like that. But at the same time, she'll like kill a vampire and then she'll be like checking her lipstick. I mean, it shows the full things about being a woman, about how we may kick butt and we may put the hair back because we're gonna kill some vampires, but at the end of the day, we are checking our makeup and saying, "I'm so cute."
Well, so in Buffy, was it
So it's
played
keeping,
for laughs?
It was played for laughs, but it's also like keeping, just because you're a tough woman, just because you're powerful or, you're serious and you take on a responsible role, that doesn't mean you are losing your femininity.
Yes.
And that's what I really love about that.
Yeah, I think one of the best examples of that is Elle Woods in
Yes.
what is it? Not, I was about to say Pretty in Pink.
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde, where she actually solves cases by knowing things about like Prada shoes and like whether
Beauty products.
exactly about whether you would have a photo shoot the day after you got
A perm.
facial. Actually.
Oh, a facial.
Yes. So she used that knowledge of fashion and beauty to solve cases. And of course, she got into Harvard. What? Like it's hard?
Well, she still learned, she was still like intelligent about the law, and she understood and learned the law, but in a way where she didn't lose.
It was saying, it's okay to like fashion and beauty. There's nothing wrong with that. And
That doesn't mean you're
can
not
help you,
smart.
and that can help you be a kick-ass lawyer from Harvard. What? Like it's hard?
Like it's hard?
That's one of my favorite lines.
I know.
And so I kind of think of Buffy like her, in that they're girly and really girly because they're in high school. They're girls.
Yeah.
But, they wear pink and they go to the beauty salon and they're cute and everything. But they're still serious kick-ass women in training.
Yes. And even though the show's over, they started a comic novel. I'm going to say comic novel. I'm going to mix them both.
Oh, I like that.
It's
Comic
better,
novel.
huh? Mm,
Yeah.
Anyway, they started a graphic novel,
About Elle?
comic, about Buffy.
Oh, about Buffy. Yeah, I know
And they
that.
continue the show. So the first quote unquote season is
I thought you were
season
going to
8.
say that they made a graphic novel about Elle Woods.
No.
Legally.
But that would
blonde.
make you happy, wouldn't
That
it?
would be really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, go
No,
ahead.
but-
So Buffy, there's a comic.
But,
yes.
you know, they came out with the graphic novel, and, you know, you're expecting, oh, here we go. It's going to be, you know, she's all of a sudden going to have like triple G breasts and, you know. But
Oh,
no.
you expected them to change her?
Well, a lot of times when things get brought into the comic, that's,
Was she going to wear a stretch leotard and have a cape? That's ridiculous.
well, I don't know. Where you look at
It could
other
happen.
You look at other females in graphic novels, and you know they're idealized.
Okay.
So, but what I love is that they kept it exactly like the show. The character looks exactly like the actors, you know, and
It's Sarah Michelle Gellar.
it's Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Okay.
And if you look at, if you compare that book to others in the same aisle of the comic book store, you're like, this is very different.
Is that aisle 3? What aisle is this?
Well, you know, when they have,
Like a section of what?
no, I
What would
mean,
it be?
usually there's the new section where they have the comics, and they have they usually have an aisle or it's along the wall, and you go look through there and you look at Buffy and you look at the rest of the group, and it's a very, very different thing.
I guess I should go to a comic book store someday.
Well, I keep saying that I'm going to take you to Tate's, but I never do.
Yes, I know. You never do.
It's all my fault.
It-
And you'd like it. They have a really big Doctor Who section,
oh,
and they have lots of stuff. You would love it.
cool.
Hmm.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Well,
But in comic book stores, that's usually how it is. They'll have the new comics that come in every month. They'll have a section where they're
I see.
displayed.
The new stuff, and
And then usually the older things are in, you know, these boxes that you have to like alphabetically go through.
so things have gotten no better today in terms of women with huge breasts and skin-tight outfits than it ever was.
Well, as you said, the men are idealized as well,
Yeah, no,
for
but
the
I mean,
most part. So,
why do you need to have a leotard to fight crime?
that is a good question.
Nobody else, you know, like in real life, people don't wear leotards to fight crime. Can you imagine cops wearing leotards?
Well, you have to be
Onesies?
comfortable.
Yes.
You have to
oh
be
my
comfortable.
God. Hey, I live in Miami Beach.
So what?
This would be
Maybe what?
perfect.
They wear yoga outfits, yoga pants by Lululemon or whatever.
Lula?
What's
yeah,
that?
Cristy, namaste, all right?
All right.
No, but you know, a leotard such as a male gymnast might wear, perhaps, with a little footy pajama thing. And capes, of course, anyone who's seen The Incredibles knows. No capes.
No capes.
No capes. Too many people died.
No.
However, apparently the leotard is a must. I'm going to have to go get one.
Well, you just, have to be comfortable in order to fight crime, Lisa.
Yeah, do you have to show your chocha just to fight crime?
I'm not showing my chocha.
Are you fighting crime?
No.
Okay, then.
I'm still not showing my chocha.
Not yet.
What are you thinking?
That you're going to fight crime.
Okay.
Well, do any superheroes wear normal clothes? She's thinking.
Well, the Black Widow wears like a jumpsuit, kind
a
of,
jumpsuit. Okay, sounds very
thing.
leotardy. Kind of a cat suit, maybe?
but not like leotard thing.
A one piece. It has to have one piece.
It's like
That's
a
it.
jumpsuit.
It's a jumpsuit. Okay. Like coveralls, like a mechanic would wear?
And in their alter egos, they wear normal clothes.
Well, yes.
And then in the Sin City comics,
Oh, yes.
they don't wear leotards.
What do they wear? What is up with that?
What do you mean?
Sin City.
What's wrong with Sin City?
I don't know. It's
Do you
kind
have
of
a problem with it?
A little bit. A little bit.
What's your problem?
Well, I saw the movie. I didn't like it very much.
Well,
I didn't know what the fuck was going
the
on.
graphic novels are really cool, actually.
Okay.
He's an amazing artist and writer. But that's Kevin's favorite novel and artist. But
No, I know a lot of people love it, but it looked to me like a copy of
they
film
came
noir.
out with a new graphic novel where they're basically saying that Islam is, like horrible, and it's kind of racist.
They who? Sin City?
The maker of Sin City.
Okay.
So he's kind of turned off to it.
So is Sin City more than a copy of film noir?
It's highly stylized.
Yes.
It could be a take on that. I don't know enough about it to tell you, really, honestly.
Okay.
But
because I am
it's beautiful to look at, though.
I am a film noir fan, and looking at the movie, I was like, wow, what a really bad copy of film noir. Okay, I'll move on and watch one of the real ones. If
you go look at the novels, and it's
that day when you finally take me to the comic book store,
yes,
I will look at it.
Okay,
I will have it on my list.
Yes, it's really beautiful. The art is gorgeous.
So one of the things that I always wondered is if I didn't get into comic books because, well, and a lot of people, I think we have this basic question like, was I not attracted to comics because of the problem of female representation? Or
could be
would
possible.
I just not like comics no matter what?
Well, it's geared towards a primarily male audience.
Yeah.
So there wasn't anything geared to you to look at, really.
Yes.
Wonder Woman was basically all we had, except
Maybe
for the Batgirl and Supergirl and that kind of stuff. But those characters weren't, nobody thought, what would girls actually like? That, men were making them, so they really didn't know. They were doing their best guess as to what women would like.
Yeah.
Now I think that's changed a little bit, and there are more things geared towards women, but for the most part, it's primarily a male audience. But there are girls that are cool and that want to read their own graphic novels, and now they're making them for us. Thank you.
I'm very glad, Cristy.
One thing that it makes me think about was this whole thing with Gamergate. I don't know if you heard about it.
No.
Well, I don't know all the specifics, but the gaming industry is also geared toward a male audience.
I have heard that, yes.
Yeah.
I've heard something about that.
And there was a critic that put out a bunch of stuff on a review of a comic that she didn't like or something, or a game that she didn't like, and she basically got attacked.
Attacked?
Yes.
Verbally?
Verbally, yes.
Good.
And
better.
And all of this vitriol, misogyny, just came like a tidal wave.
Mm-hmm.
And it's brought light to, it is a primarily male audience, and they don't want girls to touch their stuff, There's other particulars. I don't know all the particulars about, it was the girlfriend of an ex-girlfriend of a maker of a game, and she was writing a review where she was negative about the game. It became a thing, but it brought to light that there is, guys don't want you to touch their stuff. Mm-hmm. A lot of women who put out content on the web are regularly attacked for things that, men feel like women are getting in their way of their things or touching their things, there's this...
Because they're not getting their things touched?
I think that's primarily the issue. They're not touching the right things.
Not the joystick, the joystick.
They need a little joy, I think.
From their stick. Okay.
Yes. But it's distressing because, women, we just want to play in your world, You don't have to buy our games,
Don't touch my Q*bert.
Yeah. But, why is it why is it if women get involved that you're threatened? Don't be threatened.
And does it become a man versus woman thing? Is that the...
It does. And
was she criticizing violence or...
I don't remember.
Okay. It's a good thing you brought it
there
up
were
then.
2 women involved. I can't remember. One was the one who... and there's one woman who's kind of taking advantage of the issue to kind of bring publicity to her stuff.
Okay.
I really should know more about it instead of when I'm talking about it, but I saw the comments and things that, and I've seen online men behave that way when it's a woman that is expressing her views. And it's really like, guys, don't feel threatened. We just want to be a part of the world. We don't want to take anything from you or change something that you love. Just, give us a chance.
Well, do not take away their halo. That's all I have to say, because we want their killings to occur in the virtual world.
Yes.
Okay? I think there's always the assumption that people are that women are trying to get in on their games, and especially when there's violence involved, that they're going to come and try and take away our guns, even though they're virtual guns.
And I'm thinking about it from a woman's point of view. Sure, each gender wants things that are specific to them. That hey, I enjoy this. Please let me enjoy this. I get that. If women get away to the spa, men would like a place where they go to their man cave bar or something. I get it.
Whatever it is that they do.
I get it. But hey, if we go to the spa and we're like, you want to come? We wouldn't be like, fuck you, this is our shit. Get the fuck away from me.
Step away from the nail polish, motherfucker.
We'd be like, oh, sure, all right. It's kind of weird, but
would we,
it's cool for
Cristy?
it.
Would we?
I would. I'd be like, dude, you want black toenails? I'm all for it. Let's go.
You're talking about, men that hate women, and I think they're in all spheres of life.
I don't
Not
know
just
that,
in the gaming
I don't know
world.
that they hate women. I think they feel threatened. I feel that it's probably a feeling of somebody threatening something that you love.
Mm-hmm. But I hear a lot of women who have similarly phobic things to say about men.
Yes, and I always think they're stupid.
Yes, but they just don't get that. I guess they don't shout as loud. Their little feminine voices. But I'm often shocked at women who have so much anger and phobia about men in general, and will say like just the most horrible things about men, and that if a man said it about a woman, there would be an uproar.
Yeah.
But somehow it's a little bit more accepted that women can say these things about men. It's like some kind of reverse racism.
Well, I think
style.
Since I'm a tomboy, I feel like I'm somewhat in the middle sometimes. And I have a group of friends that are girls that, sometimes they, voice those kind of things, and I'm not for it, and I don't like it, and I tell them I don't like it. Ladies, men, cool it, dude. Come on, chill. I don't like this
Go
crap.
to the spa and relax.
Yeah, with your guy friends. Let's go, everybody. A little pedicure will help you relax.
It really is relaxing.
Yes, you put your feet in there. They've got massage chairs. You're like,
Asian ladies talk about you without you knowing what they're saying.
And I'm like, it's cool. I'll talk about you in Spanish.
Everybody wins. We all get to talk shit about each other.
No,
and
but I mean, when
relax.
you and I speak Spanish, we're not necessarily talking about anybody else,
I know.
except when we are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Doctor Who a little bit?
All right.
Because I'm still floating.
Can we just say thank you, Stephen Moffat?
You liked yesterday's.
It was a thing of beauty.
Episode.
I was like, yes, he's back. And you know, even though Clara has annoyed me, I felt so sad for her.
Yeah, I was not. But
Were you cheering?
she was, okay, speaking of female superheroes, here she was. The companion is problematic from a feminist point of view, right? Because she's always like, Doctor, you're so cute and strong. Anyway, but she was the classic annoying female, like telling the hero what to do and like, I love him. Anyway, I've just had it with her. But I loved this episode. And all I can say is, hey, Christmas is coming and she'll be gone.
I felt kind of sad for her. Her boyfriend dies and she loses the doctor. What the hell is she going to do, lonely little school teacher?
She let him go?
They were each protecting each other.
Yes. That's so gift of the Magi. What, like it's not? Anyway, what I liked was nothing to do with Clara. I liked how we finally had a real story arc. Things happened. There was action.
Yes.
We had the Brigadier come back from the dead.
That was pretty cool.
Beautiful. I'm very sad that the Brigadier's younger daughter died. The nerdy girl with the asthma.
Oh, yeah. She was so cool.
She got pulverized.
She was a great character.
Yes. Yes, she was. And that was very sad. But her sister survived. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the master was vanquished. I'm sure they'll find a way to bring him back. But, you know, love literally conquered all. Come on.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What's not to love?
Yeah.
And the doctor, spoilers, darling, the doctor was made president of the world.
I liked that.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. And also we had a resolution to like all of these questions he had about his own character, like, you know,
who am I?
Am I a bad person? You know, am I an evil person? And all of this time where he was kind of butting heads with Clara on that.
And he was well, it was like an identity crisis, I guess, literally.
Mm-hmm. And in the end, he kind of went,
now I know who I am.
yeah.
Which, it's a shame we had to wait a whole season for that. Mm-hmm. Whereas with Tennant, it was part of the first episode. Mm-hmm. I'm that kind of man, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a great resolution, and I think a question that has been around longer than one season, which is his relationship to his own power.
Yes.
You know, where from Demon's Run, he was able to round up an army to come to Amy's rescue. Mm-hmm. And River, a great female superhero,
She was cool.
pointed out that, you know, he thinks of himself as the underdog, as a nerdy guy in a bow tie kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But in fact, he is incredibly powerful. And, you know, he has to come to terms with his own ability. You know, he thinks of himself as just a lonely guy wandering around. And here he was put in the position of being in charge of a planet.
Yeah.
Not just being the protector, but being like elected president. Mm-hmm. And so maybe being put in that role kind of helped him figure out who he really is. You know, he wasn't sure. And he is going to go look for Gallifrey. I mean, I was kind of wondering about that.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't he going to now bring Gallifrey over or find it or whatever, you know? And then they never talked about it the whole season.
That's true. I wish they hadn't waited till the end to do all of this.
Yes, I agree.
Because it felt like wasted time.
Oh, it felt like the whole thing that should have gone on all season was the last 15 minutes of this episode.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know, Christy. Stephen Moffat, as you're listening, call in. We'd love to talk to you and find out what the fuck you were thinking.
Yeah, call in. Channel is 667. Call in to 678-674521.
That sounded so real. Wow.
All right, never mind.
I can almost hear the phone ringing. It's him. It's Moffat. Hello. Hello. That's my Scottish greeting. Want to hear it again?
No.
Hi. Hello.
No.
I'm from Paisley.
Okay.
In other news, no, I still want to talk about Doctor Who some
okay.
more.
Okay. I'm cool with it.
You know I got to talk about Doctor Who. Who else can I talk about?
I know.
I mean, two. About who?
Now that they resolved this stuff, it's like, okay, now we can get on to something.
Now we can really start.
Something, you know. I wish you'd done it earlier so I could have enjoyed some other stories, some other stuff going on, and not still have this in my head like, who are these people? I'm sick of this stuff, you know. And hey, we can criticize something we love, all right? Just because you love Doctor Who doesn't mean that we don't. Just because we're criticizing certain things does not mean we do not love Doctor Who and are diehard fans.
In my mind, I don't bother criticizing things I don't love. This is something I care about, therefore I discuss it, the pros, the cons. I love Doctor Who. I loved this episode. I love that Nick Frost is playing Santa Claus.
That was awesome!
And it's about time he got on that show, am I right?
You're right.
I think everyone else from Shaun of the Dead has been on the show.
Have they?
No, not really. But Simon has, and Bill Nighy, and many others. But, Sean's mom was
Oh, that's right.
the
Prime
Prime
Minister.
Minister. What was her name?
I can't remember.
Martha Jones. No, that's the other lady. How can I forget? Harriet Jones, Prime
Harriet
Minister.
Jones, yes. Yes, she reminded us.
Yes.
How could we forget?
I love that character.
She was
great. So Santa Claus is coming to town.
I'm excited for the Christmas special.
Very excited for the Christmas
Yeah.
special. Also, why?
It's always
Clara
something I
could
look forward
die.
to every...
Boy, that really just like took the joy right out of you.
Dude,
Stopped you in your tracks.
She was annoying the crap out of me, but now I feel sorry for her.
You know, you're always like that. Someone like breaks a nail and suddenly you're like, oh, poor thing. She's not a bitch anymore.
Yeah. And then
You hated her.
And then they'll smack me.
You hated her so much more than I did, and then now you're like, you've gone soft.
That's how I am with most people. I like somebody treats me like crap, but then they like have a problem, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna help you, and then they smack me.
I think that's what they call a sucker.
That's me.
You have too much compassion, pity.
Yes, I think people are human beings.
So wrong.
I know.
No, most people are
I'm
not
strange
human.
like that. I'm strange like
Much
that.
less humane. No.
Nope. Dogs are nicer. And some cats.
All cats. Well, I think we should wrap it up for today.
Okay. Thank you for listening. Check out all the other podcasts on the Tangent Bound Network.
And remember, F, hell of a letter.
For
F.
Friday. We love Friday.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.